The sun was setting over the small town, casting a warm orange glow over the streets and homes. The air was filled with the sweet scent of blooming flowers and the distant chirping of birds. But amidst the tranquility, a group of friends were gathered in the local park, engaged in a heated debate. "Questi quan est profundeur?" one of them exclaimed, his voice rising with excitement. "Reine de tête, Jalom," he continued, his eyes shining with mischief. The others laughed and jeered, their faces flushing with amusement. "Questi quan veut?" another one asked, his voice dripping with sarcasm. "J'ai fait un nigo vapeur," he declared, his hands weaving intricate patterns in the air. As the debate continued, the friends began to get more and more agitated. "Enrique de my hop," one of them shouted, his face red with anger. "J'ai faut pas brûler sur le jour," another one cried, his voice trembling with frustration. But amidst the chaos, one friend stood out. A quiet, reserved young man with a mop of messy brown hair and a pair of bright, inquisitive eyes. He listened to the others with a calm, introspective expression, his brow furrowed in concentration. "What's going on?" he asked, his voice low and gentle. "Why are we arguing?" The others turned to him, their faces blank with confusion. "We're talking about collectible toys," one of them explained, his voice dripping with disdain. "You know, the ones that are super rare and valuable." The quiet young man's eyes lit up with excitement. "Oh, I love collectible toys!" he exclaimed. "I have a whole collection of them at home." The others looked at him in surprise. "Really?" one of them asked, his voice skeptical. "What kind of toys do you have?" The young man grinned, his eyes shining with pride. "I have a bunch of vintage figurines," he said. "They're really rare and valuable. I've been collecting them for years." The others looked at him in awe, their faces filled with envy. "Wow, that's amazing," one of them said, his voice full of admiration. "I've never seen anything like that before." The quiet young man blushed, his face flushing with embarrassment. "It's nothing," he said, his voice low and humble. "I just like collecting rare things." But as the friends continued to talk, it became clear that the young man's passion for collectible toys was more than just a simple hobby. It was a way for him to connect with his childhood, to relive the memories of his youth, and to share them with others. As the sun dipped below the horizon, the friends decided to take a break and head back to their homes. But the quiet young man lingered, his eyes fixed on the park bench where they had sat. "I'll see you guys later," he said, his voice low and gentle. "I have to go back home and take care of my toys." The others nodded, their faces filled with understanding. "Yeah, well, see you later," one of them said, his voice casual. "Take care of your toys, and don't forget to have fun." The quiet young man smiled, his eyes shining with gratitude. He knew that his friends might never understand his passion for collectible toys, but he also knew that they would always be there to support him, no matter what. As he walked away from the park, the young man felt a sense of peace wash over him. He knew that he had found his place in the world, and that he would always be surrounded by people who cared about him, no matter what. And so, the quiet young man continued to collect his rare toys, to cherish them and to share them with others. He knew that it was a way for him to connect with his childhood, to relive the memories of his youth, and to share them with others. And he knew that as long as he had his toys, he would always be happy and content.